Have you ever loved someone so deeply that the relationship didn't give you a happily ever after, but it did give you a version of yourself you never knew existed? Yeah, that's when love stops being a fairy tale and quietly becomes a lesson. Today, we're talking about one of the most painful, powerful truths in life, when love becomes a lesson, and why that lesson changes you forever. Let's break this down simply, honestly, and with a little humor, because lessons hurt less when we talk about them like humans, not philosophers. Number 1, love becomes a lesson when it teaches you what you deserve. You know that moment after a heartbreak when you suddenly realize, I accepted way less than I should have. I ignored red flags like they were decorations. I gave everything and asked for nothing. Yeah, that's the lesson. Love shows you exactly what you should never tolerate again. You don't learn your worth from being treated right. You learn it from surviving the times you weren't. Number 2, love becomes a lesson when it exposes your patterns. Ever look back at a relationship and think, why was I acting like a free therapist? Why did I chase someone who couldn't walk toward me? Why did I lose myself while trying to keep them? That's not regret, that's awareness. Love teaches you your own habits. Overgiving, overthinking, overloving, undervaluing yourself, settling, ignoring your needs, trying to fix people, believing potential instead of reality. Pain isn't the teacher, reflection is. Number 3, love becomes a lesson when it teaches you what love is not. We often understand love by experiencing the opposite. You learn that love is not mixed signals, silent treatment, bare minimum effort, emotional confusion, one-sided sacrifice, begged attention, forced compatibility, temporary affection. Sometimes love teaches you through absence, and that absence hurts, but it also clarifies. You stop confusing intensity with connection. You stop confusing pain with passion. You stop confusing attachment with destiny. Number 4, love becomes a lesson when it forces you to grow. Some relationships don't break you. They break you open. They reveal the parts of you that needed healing. Your wounds, your insecurities, your fears, your unspoken needs, your emotional blind spots. Growth doesn't happen when everything feels perfect. Growth happens when something shakes your heart so deeply that you're forced to face yourself. Love can be the earthquake that wakes you. Number 5, love becomes a lesson when it shows you your capacity to feel. Even if the relationship hurt, the fact that you could love, trust, care, give, hope, dream, that's not something to regret. That's something to honor. Your emotional capacity is a strength. Love teaches you, you are capable of feeling deeply. You're not cold. You're not broken. You still have a heart. Sometimes the lesson is simply remembering who you are. Number 6, love becomes a lesson when it teaches you boundaries. You know that version of you that never said no, the one that forgave, tolerated, and adjusted nonstop. Yeah, that version needed a lesson. And love taught you how to say enough, how to protect your peace, how to stop overextending, how to demand respect, how to value your energy, how to leave when it's hurting. Boundaries are the graduation certificate of love's hardest lessons. Number 7, love becomes a lesson when you lose them brings you back to yourself. Sometimes the relationship ends, and for the first time in a long time, you meet you again. You remember your hobbies, your passions, your ambitions, your personality, your independence, your peace. You realize how much of yourself you lost in loving them and how much of yourself you're gaining back now. Love isn't just losing people, it's finding yourself again. Number 8, love becomes a lesson when you finally understand that love is not enough without compatibility. You can love someone deeply and still not work with them. Love is not communication skills, maturity, emotional availability, shared goals, timing, commitment, consistency. Love is the emotion. Compatibility is the structure. Without both, the relationship becomes a lesson, not a lifetime. Number 9. Love becomes a lesson when it leads you closer to the love you deserve. This is the most beautiful part. Every mistake teaches clarity. Every heartbreak teaches self-respect. Every disappointment teaches standards. Every goodbye teaches wisdom. By learning what love isn't, you get closer to what love should be. The lesson prepares you for the love that's meant to last. So, when does love become a lesson? When it hurts you, heals you, changes you, awakens you, redirects you, matures you, humbles you, strengthens you. Love becomes a lesson when it doesn't stay, but still teaches you something that stays forever. Love becomes a lesson when it leaves you wiser, not weaker. Love becomes a lesson when it teaches you about you. And that lesson, no matter how painful, is always worth something. Thanks for watching, and remember, some people enter your life as love and leave as lessons. Both are equally important. See you in the next one.